welcome to Local Ag. I'm your host, Melody Divers, a member of the Bedford County Economic Development Agricultural Advisory Board. We are here today at Media Squatch Studios right here on Grove Street in our sweet Bedford. I'm joined today with our guest, Brian Martin. Welcome. You are the Parks Manager for Bedford County Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
Well, welcome. Today we're going to learn about the wonderful gem of a resource, the new London Cannery. But first, Woody, did you see we were on TV again?
I did. Y'all are celebrities.
I know. Isn't that exciting?
Wow.
Our WDBJ7, which is our local ABC affiliate, did an interview with our Ag Board chairman, Jeff Powers. I thought it was a great interview, and I think did a good job of showing the why of our Ag Board. And they also mentioned the podcast.
That's right. Any plug is a good plug, right?
Exactly. So I think, the word keeps getting out there. So I'm hoping that we're gathering more listeners. So, hey, if you're new here, welcome. We're glad you're here. And you said you'll put a link to that interview.
I will. It'll be on the post and in the show notes again.
I love it.
It's a wonderful story.
Yes. Awesome. So if you're curious about the why of the Bedford County Ag Board, this interview will be a good spot for you to glean information from. So congratulations. Today's our 5th podcast, and we're always grateful that Media Squatch is partnering with us. We've had some excellent guests so far, and I know that today is also going to be filed under excellence. I'm learning so much. It is amazing. I kind of forget that I'm doing a job when I'm doing these podcasts because I'm learning so much. It's a great resource for me and for the community. And it's for folks to be able to see what agriculture looks like in Bedford County. And again, we're so grateful for you, Woody.
Oh, thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. So the star of the show, Brian, welcome again.
Thanks for having me.
Perfect. Yes. So I'm so glad you're here. The cannery has been quite visible on social media lately.
It has. Yeah. This year, we kind of tried to get a little more exposure in there. And
absolutely. And I love seeing on social media, I didn't know we had this. And so I think that is the point you were trying to get across is this gem is here. I wanted to let you know too, that at the last Ag Board meeting, Scott Baker, our local extension agent, he was bragging on y'all and telling just all the different events and connections y'all have been making with maybe other nonprofits and things like that. So you were a big point, the cannery was a big point of happy discussion at the last Ag Board.
Yeah.
So when it came time for my committee report, I said, cool thing. We're actually going to have Brian on the podcast to talk about the cannery. So everyone was really excited for another opportunity to showcase the facility. So I'm really excited about it. And hopefully we'll keep letting people know about it, and your reach will increase as well. Yeah. So first, the basics. Just tell us about the cannery, any history or anything like that. And I'm sure that will spawn further discussion, but just give us the basics first.
Yeah. So the cannery started in the basement of the New London Academy in 1942.
Okay.
Around there. It was run by the home ec department down there. And so through that, it morphed into to partner with the Victory Gardens for World War II. And in 1949, the War Department actually funded the building of the current cannery. And it was kind of moved over there on the same premises, but right.
Yeah. Well, I was just getting ready to say that this have something to do, a base with World War II. And maybe as you get older, you think about things like this. And I watched White Christmas last night too. So I'm thinking about that time period. But isn't it amazing that things that were happening in that generation are still positively affecting this generation when you put it in that perspective?
Yeah, it's cool because I actually the other night I went up to the D-Day for the, I don't know what they called it, the light.
Yeah, like the illumination.
Yeah. And they had stuff on the Victory Gardens, so that actually kind of tied in. I was talking to them about that and how I was running the cannery.
Yeah, I love that. So that's how it was started, but today it has its own separate building. It's obviously not in the basement of New London Academy.
Yep, it's right next to on the same
property.
Okay. Yep. It's right next to the school. Its own building. It's generally the one that's got steam rolling out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, the county actually took over the cannery in 1980. So the school board had run it and kind of different aspects, and in 1980 the county took it over, and we've had it since then. So do you do field trips there? Like how are any school happenings still going on so
there?
Not up until this year, and then actually about a month ago I had gotten with the principal of New London Academy, and we brought both fourth grade classes over, and they made about 120 pints of applesauce. So each kid got to make make their own applesauce, and we canned it. And then after it was all done cooking, we took it up there to the students. They got to take it home.
I bet they felt so accomplished.
Yeah, and it was great. And Scott Baker and Susan Perlman from the Extension Office and Mary Beth Martin, they all came down and helped and shared their aspects of it. The 4-H, the nutrition, and the ag side.
Yeah, the nutrition. That's another good point too, is this is a great way to get good nourishing food. Yeah. And a lot of it is local, because don't you have like Hunters for the Hungry doing some things there too?
Yeah, so we're actually next Friday, the 20th, we're going to do our last run for the year. Hunters for the Hungry and the Bedford Community Health Foundation and the Extension Office and, Parks and Rec and the county, obviously. Hunters for the Hungry gave us 180 pounds of deer meat. Wow. And will be the fourth run of this. So we're going to make venison stew, and what they're doing is they're putting it into the local food banks. So
this is like a whole full circle.
Yeah.
Go Bedford. That you just must be so proud. I'm proud of y'all, and I have nothing to contribute to this except just feeling proud to be a part of a community that's doing this. Wow, that's awesome. So if somebody has a huge garden this summer, think Warm Thoughts, and they want to can and they don't have the equipment, or can they come, or is this only for certain people or certain residencies?
Nope, it's for anybody. And it used to be that I think it might say on the rules board that we have in the cannery that it's for Bedford County residents only, but it's not. And
I saw that on the website.
Yeah, it's a misconception that people think that you have to be a county resident. We have a guy that comes from Florida every year. He used to live up here, lives in Florida now, comes up, makes applesauce once a year, takes it back home. So
that's a cool tradition.
I just want to get people in there. I don't care where you live. We have a couple of years, last year and this year, they've come down from Harrisonburg and done a bunch of beef, and
so canneries, if people are traveling, I don't think canneries are very popular then anymore. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. So as far as I know, there's roughly 6 left in the state.
Okay.
At one point there was 30 to 40 in the county.
That's in the county.
Yes. So.
Oh wow.
Yep. And now we're down to 1, right? So, and some of them have morphed into more commercial side, like the one down in Farmville. And then there's a couple over on the Eastern Shore. So, and I don't know much about those, but
right. So to have this so close to us is a resource that we shouldn't take for granted.
Correct. Yeah. It's when people hear about a cannery, 1, they don't know what it is, and they, and 2, they have no idea how it operates, but you don't have to know how it operates.
Yeah. Good question. I was going to say that was my next lead in. How, if you say, I want to use this, but I have no idea what I'm doing, is this still a spot for you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Tell us why.
You grow whatever you want in your garden. You can, your green beans, your tomatoes, whatever. But whether I'm down there or I've got a lady, Hazel, that's worked down there for 15 years, that she loves it, and that, we'll figure it out, like we've done. If it can be put in a can, we've done it.
So someone wouldn't be in there by themselves trying to figure it all out.
Nope. So how it works is, you bring your vegetables in, you bring your meat in, you come make soup, you come make whatever, right? We're going to give you your cans, you're going to make your product. We're going to help you get it in the can. And then once it's in the can, then it's ours. That's what I said. It's ours. We'll take it and we'll finish the processing. We'll heat it back up to the temperature it needs to cap on. We'll cap it. We'll put it either in the water bath or the retort, and finish processing it. And once it's done and cooled down, then it's yours.
And then it's canned, I know the answer, but just for our listeners, tell us what it's canned in.
Oh, there's steel cans.
Mhm.
We do pints and quarts. And and hopefully the hope is that next year we will open back up to some glass for some high acid food. We won't do any pressure canning on glass, but the
Mhm.
water bath stuff we'll start taking glass again next year.
Okay. So do you have a window, like a season that the cannery's open?
Yep. So first week of July, depending
Mhm.
on how 4th of July falls, obviously, all the way through about the second week of December.
Okay.
And we're open every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 6 a.m. Until you're done, and no food accepted after 10 o'clock.
Do people make appointments or just show up?
Nope, just show up. We do ask, like, if you do want to bring a half a beef, which people do,
Mhm.
just give us a call and we'll schedule for an off day because that takes up
Right.
a majority of the building.
Right. Just out of consideration.
Right,
If you're
yeah.
doing like a big project
Right.
like that, then
Yep.
just a heads up would be the kind thing to do.
So,
And so folks do not need to bring anything except the ingredients.
yep, ingredients. Some people bring, if they got their favorite knife or whatever you want, you got to do.
So you even have all that stuff.
Yep, we got some knives, cutting boards, ladles, scoops.
And then after the process, folks have to sanitize their area,
Yep.
clean it
So
up.
yep, once it goes into the can and we take it from you and start doing the process of finishing it. That's the one responsibility of the patron is to do all your dishes, whether you use the grinder to make an applesauce or tomato juice or
Mhm.
the buckets or whatever. Just clean it up. That's
Right. Just being a good human.
Yeah.
And the next question is, did you say what the prices are on
I
the
did not.
cans?
So
Okay.
it's a 75 cents for a pint
Mhm.
and $1 for a quart.
And there's no service fee
Nope.
So this is really a user-friendly facility. The facility itself is welcoming.
Absolutely.
It's for everyone, whether you're in Bedford County or not.
Yeah.
And you just want it to be utilized.
Absolutely. I had an employee the other day that took off the day of work and brought it down 25 pounds of beef and made chili for just because he had it. Right?
Yeah.
Just to kind of make it. And
Now, if someone wants to make something like that but doesn't know a good recipe, do they have y'all as a resource?
Yep. So we have kind of some stock recipes that we've got proven, chili,
Yeah.
stew, tomato soup, stuff like that. And we've got kettles down there. We've got 2 70-gallon steam jacket kettles.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a couple smaller, 30, 20-gallon kettle that you can make a
I
pretty
feel like we should have got ahead of this year. I could have done a lot of Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would have been really cool. But there's next year. And do you do tours? I know, like, if you want to use it, that's fine. But do you ever have people that just want to say, "Can I see it first before I get down there?"
Yeah, absolutely. Swing by when we're open. I've had groups come down like on off days. I can schedule that. Like if certain groups want to come in and see it. But if you're just interested and you want to bring in, you're like, I think I got some green beans or whatever. Just swing in on a Tuesday and Thursday and
just see if it's
what you want to do.
Wow. Okay. I don't see anything here that is tricky or bristly. It just seems like it is a really easy flow.
Yeah.
It's like I said before, welcoming. You want people to use this. So I feel really excited that now I'm like, like what can we do?
Right.
So
it's user friendly enough that so back in what was it, end of September, 1st of October, when Hurricane Helene hit, I got 41 bushels of apples donated from Gross's Orchard. We canned that. We came in on a Monday. Tuesday we canned it, and that was all volunteer based, and we sent all that down to North Carolina to Asheville.
What a blessing.
So we sent almost 800 cans down there of applesauce, and that happened just like that. It was that easy to get it, that user friendly to get people in there. That the learning, there was no learning curve to it. So.
And do you have people that volunteer as instructors or?
Nope, I have just a couple employees there that are there.
But you don't need like volunteers.
Just for some bigger projects like that, we do keep a volunteer list.
Okay.
But between the stew project, the venison stew project, and then applesauce and stuff like that. So.
And so in regards to like the community input, You you do need volunteers sometimes, or you have that
Sometimes,
list?
yeah. If people want to, put their name on the volunteer list for sure. Like next Friday, I said we're cooking next Friday, but Thursday, the day,
All the prep
19th,
work.
we're gonna have to chop all those vegetables and cut down all that deer meat and all that. So they do that up at the Fallen Creek, at the Parks and Rec office,
Right.
and that takes
A lot of hands.
6 hours or so for everybody to sit there and cut
Oh, yeah.
onions and carrots and potatoes.
So I love that, because some folks may think, well, what can I do for the community? I don't really have a skill set, which they do. And something as simple as that would be the hugest blessing, and just creating an ease for, let's get these things chopped up so that the next day we can go with this. So if you're listening and you are really good in the kitchen and you have a big heart and you have some time on the 19th, you need to connect. How can they connect with you?
They can shoot me an email, or call the Parks and Rec office, and they can get you in touch with me. And
I really love, I see big things happening, because it's really just on the social media. It's been so cool watching and seeing, and I love the videos. And we put one on our Bedford County Ag Facebook last night. Just if you want a little tour of what we're talking about, you were interviewed, and it shows the facility. So basically what he spoke about right now is on this clip that the county put out, and we shared it on our Facebook page. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm thinking, like, if we have any thing left over at the store, like if we have any stew meat or anything left over this season, I was like, we should totally make something. So
the 19th will be our last day for the year, December 19th. So just because it's essentially a barn, I can't heat it and keep pipes.
I understand that more than you realize.
Yeah. So, but the good news is that so last year we had 12 unique customers, and so you come in there and you get a number. So whether you come in once or 3 times, you're going to use that same number every time. We had 12 unique customers last year and did 1,200 cans. This year, I just looked at the records this morning when I was down there. We've got 24 unique customers this year, and we're on track to break 3,000 cans. And I don't have records far enough back that show that we went over 3,000 cans.
But you're showing progress and utilization of the facility.
Yes.
So obviously you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is amazing. Is there anything else that we need to know? I know you said the 19th is a prep day. The 20th is your last run. Sounds like we're talking about Shine, but I just had a Dukes of Hazzard moment. Anyway, after that, stay posted about summer information in July.
Yep. Yeah. So I think we're going to try starting to run some more of this stew early spring, maybe in March, and I don't open up to the public until July. But if the stew can kind of keep rolling for the food pantries,
yes,
then we'll open it back up.
I love that.
So, but I'm also open to other groups that want to do that same type of thing.
Do churches or nonprofits come in and say, hey, we want to do, have you had that experience?
We have in the past. We've had churches that, they'll do their apple butter fundraiser. Now, we do operate under, and we call it the cottage law, so you can't sell anything out of the cannery.
Understood.
But we would let them come make their applesauce, in bulk, 20 bushels of applesauce, and then they would take it back to their church and make. So that type of stuff I'm okay with. But yeah, you just can't sell a product out of the cannery.
That's a very good point. Yes. And so this is really for people to be able to bulk up their own supply at their home using the garden, and going back to thinking about when it was originally created and the time period and everything that was going on then.
Yeah.
I love this resource, and I'm going to make it a goal to get out there in 2025. So that is on my personal bucket list.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this. So is there any information, like website, social media, contact, anything like that you want to share with us?
Yeah. So all the information's on the Bedford County website, and it's run. I think it's under the Parks and Rec kind of side of the page.
Okay.
And my contact's on there. The cannery does have a phone. You can call and leave a message. And I think my work cell phone, is on there too. So yeah, and I'm more than willing to talk to it and show it off. And
yeah, it sounds like you're open to ideas. Your goal is really just to have it used in our community to not say it's a hidden gem, that it's a very noticeable and working
Absolutely.
integral part of our community. I love this. Again, I am learning so much on these podcasts. So as we're wrapping up this edition of Local Ag, we want to make a few announcements. Our Bedford County 4-H group is looking for 4-H teen camp counselors. This leadership role is for 4-H junior summer camp. Applications are due by January the 6th. If you know a responsible teen with a good attitude, please share this information with them. You can reach out by calling 540-586-7675 to learn more. And keep in mind, this is for teens that will be 14 prior to April the 1st, 2025. And actually, both of my boys will be old enough to do this. This will be the first year they'll both be teen camp counselors. So
both my boys go to 4-H camp.
Yeah. Creek it'll be his final year he'll be aging out, and then Chapel, it'll be his first year being camp counselor. So should be interesting. So also Forest Farmers Market, which is located at 1558-3 Forest Road, has a holiday market on December the 14th from 9 to 12. Based on their Facebook post, it says that they'll have local produce, baked goods, coffee, meat, gifts, and more. And again, just check out their Facebook page for more details and their upcoming markets. Now, something that is so beautiful for the Christmas holiday season is the Festival of Trees. It's going on at the Bedford Area Welcome Center, and it will go through January the 5th. And these beautiful trees are just creative and full of jolly decor. You can pay to vote for your favorite tree, which in turn is a fundraiser for nonprofits. Some of the trees have been decorated by the Bedford Farmers Market, the Bedford Council of Garden Clubs, the Bedford Extension Master Gardeners, Mormon Market, and other businesses have trees in this stunning display. So be sure to check it out and vote, and just make a good Christmas holiday memory with your family. And lastly, if you want to attend one of our Ag Board meetings, you're more than welcome. Our board will meet again on January the 8th at the Extension Office on County Farm Road in Bedford. Meeting times and minutes are always available online under the Ag Board tab on the Economic Development website. You can come check us out, learn, and see what the board does to strengthen and support the ag community here in Bedford County. As we've said before, we're eager to advocate, educate, and form relationships with our ag community and beyond. And I hope everybody here has a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and good family time. And again, Brian, thank you so much. I am excited. I'm just really excited about the cannery, and I'm proud of y'all. And we're thankful to have you in our community.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, this is Melody Divers reminding you to be good to yourself and be good to others.